That's just coming up to 7 o'clock in the morning. We've pretty much only just woken up. Looks really midgy out there, doesn't it, Finn? Looks really midgy out there. So probably, I know, so probably gonna just pack up and go somewhere to get breakfast. There's less midgies. Hey, Finn. Yes. You ready for another day, Finn? Are you ready for another day? So we've come up from down there, and not much of a path, but this is where we're at. Just coming over the pass now, and down towards Loch Errochty after this. Good boy. See this native woodland here, which is why there's this new fence here. The Ordnance Survey map shows the path going down into there, but I figured I'd just make my own way. I figured I'd be making my own way anyway, and I looked at the map and saw this new forest had appeared. I know it's, well, it's obvious that it's new, but it's not even on the old map that I've got. Right, this is fine though. Got deer tracks to follow, haven't we, Finn? And we're angling more towards Loch Errochty along here. He may have been tired yesterday, but the dog is full of beans this morning, so that's good. You happy boy, Finn? You happy boy? So we came down from above the, well, you see that fence. Actually, you probably can't in the video, but we're above that. I climbed down through the stone wall down to here, and this is what we're looking at now. I'm hoping to get down by the river and get breakfast. That's Loch Errochty ahead, and Finn's had a run around, so he's probably a bit more chilled now, aren't you, Finn? Because the deer, there was about probably 100 plus deer up in the hillside there. That set him nuts. So it's porridge and Taylor's coffee for breakfast. Finn's had his. Ah man, coffee. looks like more native woodland regeneration, which I love to see. Almost makes up for the sight of the pylons. So even though my dad's had 2 hip replacements, he still likes to be involved in these wee adventures. Like for example, last year he helped out on the Great Glen African tailway we did. So the dog was still quite young. He still is actually quite young. He was a year and a bit when we did that, and just, you know, my dad gave us support, like taxied us to the start. We stayed in the caravan to make things a bit easier, and only had one wild camping night on that trip. He was wanting to be involved in this weekend as well, but maybe meet up and camp, like at Kinloch Rannoch campsite on Loch Errochty. That had been the plan, but that's obviously closed, as you probably saw on the first day. So, and his back's gone, like when he was practicing using his tent. So yeah, it's a bit of a pity, but I says, well, if you still want to be involved, why don't you stash a 4-pack of beers at specific locations for me each night? And he said back, actually, there's a gate on the right just before you get to the A9. I'll put a bottle of Shiraz in there for you. So we go past that today, and I suspect I'm not going to see a bottle of Shiraz. I suspect he was joking. I think just about every forest I've been past has forest operations going on. When I saw that gate from the forest track above, I thought, oh no. But there was actually a wee notice on the there's like a gate above to get down to the dam, and on that gate it had a notice saying closed to pedestrian access for such and such back in January. So I thought, well, there's hope. It's quite a contrasting scene, isn't it, here from what we've been walking through. I guess the fact I came from the other direction meant I was authorised. Where's Finn gone? What's he got? Pylons included, you do get a real feel for how desolate this area is. So this is the General Wades Military Road, and basically if you follow the lines of the pylons that I love so much, just to the right of them is where we're heading. That's the start of the pass. So the A9's down in those trees somewhere. So we're about 4 kilometres from crossing the A9. Be glad to get past that. I hadn't seen a car for about 2 kilometres, so I stopped for a piss, and then a car comes from each direction. I think this is us entering the Cairngorm National Park. You've got familiar peaks actually. That's Ben Jerrig and Beniglow Hills over there, and we're going to be up there somewhere. It's Adder snaking its way. There we go. A9 crossed. Welcome to Errochty, I guess. That's the Errochty Pass. Down there somewhere. Could really do with some trees around here, eh? A few Scots pine. Don't know if you can make out in the background the ridge of hills, the far right hand one. We came from round behind that this morning. It's definitely nicer down closer to the river. This is roughly where I was planning on staying tonight. Looks like there's some spots by the river down there, but because it's only, I think it's about 2:30, so we might as well just maybe try and get past the lodge, try and find somewhere up there. It's pretty cool. Gonna have a late lunch. Instead of waiting until we get to camp and cooking, I think it's really an early dinner in that case. Yeah, I'm gonna have my food now. It'll do. Man, I'm hungry now. Yeah, it's good to have eaten whilst it was dry. Not too many midges around. There's always midges around, but you know, there's midges and there's midges. And yeah, I actually needed to eat anyway. I was feeling a bit grumpy. I've a bit annoyed with myself because I've put down that water filter I've been using and left it somewhere, probably along General Wade's Road. So that made me grumpy. So food's helped. Those wee hills look almost man-made, like those pyramids on the M8 by Bathgate. So boring fact for the moment, all the water that I've passed on this journey since leaving Loch Errochty has been destined to flow past Perth and Dundee in the River Tay. Now this bit here is actually a watershed. We've now left that behind and we're now into water that flows into the Spey and eventually into the Moray Firth. So there you go. Exciting, eh? You're enjoying this bit, aren't you, Finn? Me too. It's nice. It's lovely to have places of scenic as this that don't have car parks next to them and people with their tents outside their cars all lined up along the shore. Listen to me. That's good though. glad we headed on up here. Original plan, as I said, had been to camp much lower down, but because we did a longer day yesterday, actually ended up, you know, the same mileage gets us to the end of this loch that we were going to do today anyway, so then hike on. Don't know what he keeps smelling here. There it goes. Good boy. So two reasons why I'm still walking, haven't camped yet, is I've got to be careful where I get my water from now. I don't have a filter, so I'm not taking it from the river that's come out the loch. And also, the midgies are terrible. So I don't really like, I want to try and get, I'm hoping maybe some wind's going to come up this valley and